Thank you, Governor Sanders. I would be remiss if I didn't start with saying you guys here in Arkansas just got a dang good basketball coach. So take that for what it's worth. But my name is Riley Gaines, and I am here today as an advisor for the Independent Women's Voice, a former collegiate athlete, and an advocate for women standing firmly against the erasure of women from our own domain. By now, my story is well known. In March of 2022, my teammates and I were forced to compete against a male named Leah Thomas, formerly Will Thomas. Thomas swam to a national title in the 500-yard freestyle, beating out the most impressive and accomplished female swimmers this world has ever seen, including Olympians, American record holders, by body lengths, might I add. Thomas and I raced in the 200 freestyle at this national championships, which ultimately resulted in a tie, meaning, of course, we went the exact same time down to the 100th of a second. But despite tying, when we go behind the awards podium, the NCAA official looks at both Thomas and myself, Thomas towering over me at 6'4". This official says, "Great job, you two, but you tied. And we only have one trophy, so we're going to give the trophy to Leah. Sorry, Riley, you don't get one." And when I asked the dreaded question of why are you adamant on giving the trophy in the women's 200 freestyle to the man, he simply responded with, "Well, this is what we had been advised to do when photos were being taken. It's crucial that the trophy's in Leah's hands." Of course, reducing everything that we had worked our entire lives for down to a photo op to validate the feelings and the identity of a male at the expense of our own. But that's not all. In addition to being forced to give up our awards and our titles and our podium spots and our opportunities, we were also forced to share a locker room with Thomas. Again, a 6'4", 22-year-old man, fully intact and fully exposing himself, inches away from where we were simultaneously fully undressed. And let me be very clear here. We were not forewarned of this arrangement. We did not give our consent, and no one asked for our consent. Not so long ago, a decision by a university to allow such discriminatory behavior would have been understood as an obvious violation of Title IX, the federal civil rights law that prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in education, including college athletics. But now the Biden administration is attempting to rewrite Title IX, flipping the statute entirely on its head. Rather than protect female students, the Biden administration recently released an administrative rule that allows the discriminatory conduct female swimmers faced in 2022. Actually, it not only allows this discrimination, it compels it, it endorses it. More specifically, the new rule forces schools to let males replace women, to take our opportunities and our scholarships, and enter our private spaces, including locker rooms and bathrooms. It encourages schools to gaslight and emotionally blackmail women who do not consent to these violations, and to compel speech and punish students who express certain political viewpoints. Under this unconstitutional rule, a child's refusal to use preferred pronouns is grounds for sexual harassment. How Orwellian is that? Thankfully, we do have some tremendous leaders in our country, and today we have seen that on full display. Governor Huckabee Sanders is taking decisive action to protect Title IX, prevent unjust sex discrimination, save women's sports, and protect our privacy. You guys are lucky to have such a fierce leader in Arkansas because, believe it or not, only a handful of states actually define sex-based words like woman in law, even define sex as it stands. But today, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders will make history as the first female governor to enshrine in law definitions of sex that are based on science and common sense. In resisting President Biden's unlawful and discriminatory actions and signing this executive order inspired by the Independent Women's Voice's Women's Bill of Rights, Governor Huckabee Sanders has proven herself a true champion of women. Thank you, Governor. Your leadership is why I wake up every day and continue to fight so hard for the right of every woman and the right to equal opportunity and access to single-sex spaces. I sincerely hope that your leadership will serve as an example and encourage other governors to also resist this illegal attempt to replace and erase women. Thank you.